Hello, my name is Moritz.
I'm Anna.
We're from Berlin and we're traveling with this van.
To Georgia and around the world.
Yes, we started in Berlin in August, beginning of August with our journey, and at least we have something like a year to travel. And yeah, we made it to Georgia. We love it a lot here, and at least our car has a name. His name is Jens Joker, like this. And yeah, he brought us here. Our van is a 86 Westfalia Joker with a turbo diesel engine, 1.6. This van is almost everything is original. Some little modifications we made, or we have to make, because I own this car for something like 17 years now. It's an old friend of mine, and yeah, over the years I did some modifications. We start with this. This wasn't original, but from the look I thought it is very cool, and it's very helpful too, because these kind of lights, they are really like candles. Some other modification is like here, it's a bigger cooler, and there's an additional oil cooler in there, because these engines, these original engines, they always had some problems with getting too hot. Some other modifications I made for this kind of problem with getting too hot is something I learned that in Georgia is standard. It's a kind of a switch inside which makes like the fan. So this is kind of for making like tough hills, you always need this switch. We changed the mirrors as well. They are from the LT. We changed like these kind of stuff to avoid getting wet when there's coming the water from there. Other tires as well, a little bit bigger. This is for the fridge. We did this as well to get cool inside when it's super hot outside, and it's working perfectly fine. The gas, the tank on there, it's original too. We have something like 15 kilos of LPG gas, and this is what we need for cooking and for the fridge. Our bicycles are always with us. Vintage bicycles as well, and this kind of bike rack was original too. What we did before our trip was this kind of protection thing for the engine. These are parts from the Synchro and some freestyle parts built in it. On the bumpy roads of Georgia, we are very thankful of this kind of thing and protected our engine for several times. What we are using a lot is like this kind of thing, kind of a tent, which can be done like up to here, and which provides some more space outside. On the rooftop we have another additional tire and some kind of thing when we get stuck in the mud or in the sand, which we can put underneath our tires to get out of that. So what we have here is our solar panel. This panel is at least as old as the van, and it's not the biggest. It's something like 50 watts of power, but it is enough to get our batteries charged. We have this case, and we have some additional diesel canister here, and this case is a former German army case. I think there was some kind of diving stuff inside. We have a lot of shoes and light stuff which are really annoying to have inside. We have this here, and at the front we have a water solar shower, which we use for having a shower outside.
Welcome to our home. I will show you the interior of our van, Jens Joker. As you see, it's in the moment like quite small and not so high, but we do have a pop-up top roof, which is really special and super cool because we can stand, and we have an extra bed if we want to, and some storage. Unfortunately, I can't open the pop-up top because I'm just too small. We tried it several times, but it does not work. So Moritz needs to help me. And it's also quite heavy in the moment because we have an extra wheel.
Yes.
But you see, it works perfectly fine. Thank you. Yeah, where to start? So what you see here is like a mosquito net, which is really helpful against mosquitoes and flies. So we use it when we camp. We also have like a mosquito net there. And we can also open the windows there. Here you see the kitchen, which is super easy to open. So we have some gas to cook and also, of course, to boil water for coffee and tea. The water is here. It works with a normal handle. We have also a water tank, which is underneath here. We can fill it from the inside, but also from the outside. It's about 50 liters. And I think we can live with it when we really save water for like 5 days. So then we have extra water for drinking, and we use it just for cooking and washing, and then we can camp for 5 days. So here we also have a table, which is really cool because you can sit here and cook or work or read or do whatever you want. And we have here some storage with a lot of stuff. And we also have some extra storage here and a mirror. As you see, it's very full because there are also like rare parts inside. We can also turn the front seat, which is really handy because when it's rainy we can just sit next to each other and also invite friends, and it's really cozy in here. Yeah, we also have one part which is really old. It's actually from Moritz' old van, and it used to be for maps, like the original old printed paper maps, but now we have some storage and it's just snacks for driving.
This is important.
Yes, it's very important. And we have a really, really big can for coffee, so a pump can, so you can really pump one-handed while driving.
Trucker style.
Trucker style. Yeah, and of course more storage here, which is really handy, like yeah, a lot of stuff we need. Here we have even more storage, barbecue and water and yeah, stuff like that. And very important, we have a heater. So we have an old diesel heater which we use when it's very cold. Of course, we also have a fridge, very important in hot days. It's here. And it's working with our gas tank, but it can also work with a battery. Most of the time it's working with the gas because it's saving much energy. We also have like that little thing to have a look how water is filled or the battery, and it's also original. We have more storage, and of course also for spoons and stuff. We actually also built the interior of it.
So, welcome to the front. Of course, we have some modifications here too, made for our long journey or for all the journeys we already made with this van. Maybe the first one is like this piece here. It's made out of nut wood by a friend of us who's a carpenter. And yes, it's a storage, it's a nice storage room for a lot of different stuff. Stones, stuff you collect, and also, yes, provides some kind of a secret storage stuff for, I don't know, stuff we put inside here. Another thing has to do with like the complicated German law system containing classic cars, because when a car in Germany is older than 30 years, it can be used as a classic car, which is cheaper, but everything has to be original. So therefore, from the first time when I tried this, the car failed because of the radio. And then I had a look because I didn't want to have like an old radio, and found this one which looks original but is like inside the technique is like everything you have in a normal car radio now, Bluetooth, and everything looks like really original. So kind of nice detail. Another thing what we changed technically is a switch for cooling, for a better cooling, because this engine has always problems while driving like super mountain streets, which are, especially when it's hot, the engine gets like super hot. So we put in a switch which is located here, and the switch switches on the highest power level of the fan. It sounds like this. In Germany, no one has got a thing like that, but I mentioned that in Georgia, this is a standard thing of cars, so I have to smile about this. This is no invention, so in Georgia, it's standard, and we use it always while driving like super mountain roads. Here we have some kind of little animals here, like 2 of them. This one is from Mexico, and it's like kind of protecting us for, I don't know, it's a kind of a thing Anna got from Mexico, mascot. And because Anna is doing ceramics too, she made some kind of an other animal like guinea pig. She always had a look at our van from the outside and said, this kind of car reminds me on something, reminds me on an animal, but she didn't know what kind of animal. And then there was one point when she said, yes, it's a guinea pig. This car looks like a guinea pig. And so she made this for the van. There's another present from my dad, compass of his old van, because my dad used this kind of compass during the 1970s when he was traveling around Africa with a Volkswagen T2. And they did this Africa tours, crossing of the Sahara Desert and everything during the 70s for something like 7 times. And they always made it with the van and always brought the van back and did the same or a similar tour like next year. So I kind of grew up in these kind of vans, and because of I really loved it as a child. It's like the love of traveling around like this just kept going. So this is why we are here, and this is why we are traveling like this. And I'm really happy that Anna enjoys it so much too, and we are like that we can share it like together.